Welcome to another episode, everyone. We all heard about the rumors of Aunt Jefe being in the hospital. King Pill put out a video and said that the neighborhood Crips had doubled back on young Aunt Jefe after he had a squabble in there and stabbed him up, beat him down, stumped him out, etc., and put him in the hospital. Other individuals made content on that. From the things that I know, I didn't believe that had happened. So I did not run any content on that. I was waiting on Aunt Jefe to speak on the situation. He was missing in action for about a week. So, that sort of lent credence to the accusation that he got put in the hospital because he came up missing in action at that same time. But he's back and he clears the air on exactly what happened with that situation. Shout out to young Aunt Jefe.
Recipient of Hot Topics. This is propaganda that these people keep placing out there.
This call is being recorded.
Just getting bored, don't have nothing going on in life, so what they do, they create narratives. So this Fiend Pill guy, for whatever reason, got my name in his mouth. Now the last I heard of this guy, he was homeless, recording content in some female bathroom. It seemed like this female was not feeling this and told him he had to get out of her house. Last I heard, he was telling her he didn't have to get out of her house. Now, I don't know why he don't feel like he got to get out somebody's house. Because if somebody telling you that's their house, that means they pay the bills. You're not paying anything. You're just leeching. You're just leeching off WIC milk, the county, and whatever else going on. Free couches, whatever else going on. Now, this J-Cat, I guess, being that I ain't dropped no content in like a week, right? You know what I'm saying? I've been going through my own personal problems, you know what I'm saying? Like, the stuff that's going on here, where I'm at, stuff that's, making me uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying, to record. And most of the time, I ain't even really been in my cell to record. I've been ripping and running, you know what I'm saying, trying to, make things comfortable for myself, you know what I'm saying, in this LA County jail. So I haven't really been in my cell because my cell, inside the cell that I'm in, you know what I'm saying, the toilet and sink is not working. So I don't have no water. So at times I have to get out, you know what I'm saying, go hang in other cells, you know what I'm saying, and just, try to make it work, you feel me? And while I'm in other cells, people got their own programs, I don't be on dudes' phones, every now and then, to check in with my people. I might hop on the phone, you know what I'm saying, 15, 20 minutes on somebody else's phone until I make it back to my cell, you know what I'm saying? Now, while this hiatus been going on, I get a message the other day from my people telling me to call in. And I'm like, call in? Like, about what? I just got off the phone. So, I get news that Fiend Pill is on the internet saying that I got yanked on and airlifted. And when I heard it, it was like, what? I could have came right back that same day and, dropped some content, but I really didn't care, you know what I'm saying? And just, people telling it to me, it was just like, I don't care, I don't want to hear it, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear what Garbage Bag Ben is talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? This dude ain't even got a stable place to stay, you know what I'm saying?
This call is being recorded.
He's going through identity crisis every day. Every day he's going through a different identity crisis. He don't know if he's from 456, if he's not. He don't know if he's a pimp. He don't know if he's a content creator. I've been telling dudes from the beginning that this dude was a fraud and he will do anything. You know what I'm saying? He will do anything in the light of chasing stardom and or fame. He don't care what he do. I guarantee you, you could put a wig on this dude, braids on this dude, G-string on this dude, like whatever, he's going to be with it. Pierce his nipples. Man, I guarantee you he's going to be with it, you know what I'm saying?
That's nasty. That's nasty work. Put a G-string on him. Ah, damn. Put a wig on him, braid his hair, and pierce his nipples. He calls them Fiend Pill instead of King Pill. They were going at it before. When King Pill was out and he went on No Jumper, and they had a little back and forth. I remember that. They had a back and forth. They had a little beef going on the internet. But yeah, King Pill came out and made that video. He's on some balcony. He said that he moved to Miami, King Pill. And he said Aunt Jefe got packed out, stabbed up, and put in the hospital by the neighborhood Crips. Again, Aunt Jefe not being around, and he's explaining why he wasn't on the phone. Said the water's not working in his cell. He's not even in his cell, and he's been out of his cell, going to other cells to use the phone. Doesn't want to run content in their cell. He used that time to call his family, kids or what have you, I'm sure. And he's been running around, he said, trying to, get himself comfortable inside of the county jail. So that's why he hasn't been doing content. I figured sooner or later he'd speak on it unless he just was done with the content, decided he wasn't going to be doing any more content, at least for right now, or whatever the situation was. And here he is explaining exactly what happened. So he said that none of this happened. He didn't even get stabbed up. He didn't get beat up. He didn't get anything. That an individual came to the internet, and that's nasty work, and just made up that whole thing. None of that happened at all. He just in a cell chilling. Damn.
Because he's a clown, you know what I'm saying? He's a character. So don't get caught up in what these J-Cats is talking about, you know what I'm saying, when it pertains to me, you know what I'm saying? You know it's a lot of them. They out there like to have my name in their mouth, you know what I'm saying? My name just like it's supposed to be a sour taste in their mouth, but they constantly speak on me in the light of hoping they gain views and money. But the banana boat has already sailed, you know what I'm saying? As far as, me first coming down and people spending every content which way, or I guess this broke guy, you know what I'm saying, just hoping that he'd be a part of me, you know what I'm saying, and this defamation thing I was speaking about. But dudes like you ain't got no money, man. I wouldn't even waste my time with you. You can probably get away with anything you said. And then plus you like a Dennis Rodman to me. You like a switch player. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't even listen to your type, you know what I'm saying? For real, because you lost. You tell by the tattoos on your face, what you talk about, how you dress, the way you go about things, you are lost, you know what I'm saying? You are a lost cause. You're a social media clown. And, like, for real, man, you should just keep my name out your mouth. Don't wait till I ain't dropping content, you know what I'm saying, or you ain't seeing me on the internet that you know what I'm saying, trying to pull the rabbit out the hat, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people been checking and tapping like, hey, man, he ain't been on the internet, and the clowns, they going to come with the narratives and create, you know what I'm saying, false content, you know what I'm saying? And that's all that is, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing happened to me, you feel me? Blessed, highly favored, you know what I'm saying? Just waiting to get out this, you know what I'm saying, BS entanglement that, they're trying to place me in, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know what I'm saying, I'm straight, you know what I'm saying? I'm straight, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing happened to me, not worried about nothing, anything like that, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't hear from nobody from my camp, don't believe it, you know what I'm saying? Don't believe it if it ain't came from my way, you know what I'm saying? None of my people close to me, people dear to me, people that are friends with me, you know what I'm saying? Not believe nothing a dude that poses as an enemy says, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna say any and everything, you know what I'm saying? And it's all for clickbait and views. And y'all gotta know who y'all dealing with. As I've been telling y'all, y'all dealing with cornbread, this fiend pill character, you know what I'm saying? Instead of worried about me getting yanked on, he needs to go down to the county building, get him some food stamps, get on GR, see if Wick give him some free milk, you know what I'm saying? And just get his life together, you know what I'm saying? He probably, I don't know, he probably got tired of, you know what I'm saying? He probably wore off the stanky,
he need to go to the county building and get some wick take it all the way back. He said some wick. They still got wick. He said he need to go get some wick for some for some milk and food and all that. That's crazy. This internet is wild. These dudes be tripping. Oh man.
Army fatigues he was wearing and them boots, you know what I'm saying? And basically being that, he was saying he dropped his flag, you know what I'm saying? He probably ain't gave up that costume, for whatever it is else he's wearing. But look, Chia, you look like a chia pet. You know what I'm saying? And just go dye your hair and paint your fingernails, man. Stop worrying about Aunt Jefe, bro. You're not a dude that ever crosses my mind. like I said, you know what I'm saying, for the thousandth time, you been to J-Cat, I been knew you was a clown, and you would do anything, bro, you know what I'm saying, and you would say anything, you showing you would say anything. So for all my real people, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, fans out there that, you know what I'm saying, may have thought something had happened or, you know, been waiting to hear from me, man, here I am, man, you know, I'm straight, bro, you know what I'm saying, good. Like I said, besides the BS of going through this entanglement, you know what I'm saying, they trying to place me in, I am straight, you know what I'm saying, straight, blessed and highly favored, you know what I'm saying, looking for more blessings to come, you know what I'm saying. With that being said, I'm going to conclude this right there.
All right, there you have it. He said everyone, you know, all of his supporters that's been waiting to hear from him, that he's doing just fine, he's doing just good, that nothing ever happened to him. That all he's trying to do is deal with this case and come home, but he still feels like he's blessed and highly favored, you know, but he's, of course, trying to get out of that situation. And I'm sure has been pondering his situation because he said, you know, that's part of the reason he's been off the phone as well, that he's just been doing some thinking too, and trying to, you know, take care of his situation and some stuff going on inside of there. But nothing about him being stabbed or beat up or any of that stuff and going to anyone's hospital, which is good to hear. That's what we want to hear from Aunt Jefe, you know, and from all of the brothers in there. We don't want these individuals in there harming themselves and harming one another. You know, it's a time for all of us to come together. You sitting there in jail, you really think that would be the time to unite. Everyone's trying to get out of there. Everyone's trying to get out of that situation. But a lot of people are in there miserable as well, you know, in that county jail. But nothing has been settled for the most part. If you're in the county jail, you haven't been found guilty yet. You don't have any time. You're not in prison for life yet. So this is the time to put all of that nonsense to the side and fight your case so that you don't get life in prison. But there you have it. And Jefe said King Pill just put out that video and made the whole thing up, which is just crazy work. Say he just that it didn't happen. He said it's a lie. We hear him talking right there. Unless he just came from the hospital and he's lying, then he said that this whole thing is a lie. That nothing happened. So that means an individual got on the internet and said what he said, which is that Aunt Jefe got beat up, stabbed up, and all of this. And it never happened? Just like, who told you that? Or no one told you that? You just got up and just really pressed play and recorded that, knowing that it didn't happen? That's crazy. There you have it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Shout out to young Aunt Jefe. His channel is Aunt Jefe, young Aunt Jefe. And, you know, he's in there fighting for his life. But apparently he's in good spirits and he's doing well, which again is what we want to hear. And we want everyone to be safe in there. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay safe and stay free, people.